better, hopefully, as long as the power maintains and my microphone's not muted again. Welcome, everybody. Here we are on WrestleMania Saturday. WrestleMania 41 is currently about to be underway. And we thought it'd be fun to just take a look at everything that happened during the week leading up to WrestleMania, because the hype's been kind of hit or miss, but this last week's been kind of interesting.
Yeah, so you say.
So I mean,
moments.
yeah, there's been moments. So, without further ado, while the legends of future past start a super duper ooper rumble on Saturday night's main event in Laredo, Texas.
Laredo, Texas, even. We're going all the way back to the 1950s in Laredo, Texas.
Pretty sure it was like 3 months ago, but yeah, years and years. So, we started our week, our WrestleMania week on Monday with Monday Night Raw, as it always does, with Gunther cutting a promo on Jey Uso. Jey Uso not in the ring, just Michael Cole in the ring holding a microphone for like half of it, and then Gunther got pissed and took it. It was a good promo. He stumbled a little bit, but I think most of that was in character, and Gunther's just absolutely amazing.
You could tell when the crowd pissed him off too, but like
he used it.
Gosh, yeah, he's so goddamn good at what he does, and he just uses that bad shit that they give him, because they were not letting him talk at all. Even Michael Cole was like, guys, come on.
Yeah, no, they were louder. They were starting to do the Dominic Mysterio thing, and I do like that response, especially when it's warranted. Like, they got real loud when he snatched the microphone out of Michael Cole's hand and started addressing them directly.
Yeah.
He's great. Jey Uso sucks. There's a place for him as a tag team guy, as a hype man, as all those kinds of things, but we were there the night he won the Royal Rumble, and, like, that's all you heard on the street was, why the hell did Jey Uso win?
Yeah, there's even people that like, we gotta address this.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Like, sitting waiting at the train station for our ride, we, like, get just all standing, like, just looking out into the distance, like, with the 1,000-yard stare, just a bunch of WWE fans, and, like, just one guy breaks the monotony. He's like, hey, so, like, Jey Uso, huh? And, like, yeah. I don't know. I put him in the same category as Sami Zayn. Incredibly, like, fun to watch, and a little charismatic here and there, but for the most part, meh. And then we moved on to the, if we miss anything, forgive us. We're trying to do this half-off memory, half-off WWE's highlight package. So if they rewrote history, don't be too mad with us.
Yeah, initially we skipped this match. It was Liv Morgan versus Bayley. And honestly, like,
after watching the replays, I kind of see why we skipped it. Raquel.
Oh my God, Raquel!
Raquel botched the footstep.
How do you? So first off, Liv is not within range to even try and do that. Like,
to put her foot on the rope to break the pin.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way. And then, like, Lyra get involved. Just, there were a lot of moments of Lyra being involved that just looked goofy as shit.
Yes. And for the most part, Lyra's a good wrestler, and for the most part, Bayley's a good wrestler. But lately, they have been pretty boring.
Yeah.
Maybe, hopefully, something good will come of them being a tag team, because it looks like that's where they're headed. Like, Lyra helped Bayley get the pin, or not eat the Oblivion, and then got herself basically a roll-up pin. 2 out of 10 match, I guess. I don't know. It was fine, whatever. Like,
I'm incredibly tired of seeing Liv in ring, so that's just like partly why I just won. Like,
we don't feel obligated to give stars either.
It's just even as a regular match, Rod for like starting out didn't seem like a fucking like WrestleMania.
Gunther seemed like it. Like, every time Gunther's on screen, I not that I necessarily believe he's going to win, because I understand the merch sales that are behind Jey Uso, But if I wasn't influenced by that at all, I'd believe that he'd win, no problem. And like, I'm hyped for his big match. Women's division, not much has got me hyped for WrestleMania this year.
No, not
and that's
at all.
really unfortunate because the last couple years, the women's division have been kind of dominating the major shows.
I'm so excited about that stuff. And then, like, it seems like it's been coming to, like, a halt.
Yeah, there's one... Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Next up was Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio, or just the Legado, what are they called? LWO versus American Made.
Oh,
and then Grande Americano came in with the loaded face mask. He's put a steel plate in his face or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, Chad Gable's amazing, and his distant relative El Grande Americano is pretty awesome too. And I think, I don't know, anybody into LWO or American Made, you put them against each other and they can have a great match because they're just amazing wrestlers.
Right.
I hope the WrestleMania match between Rey and Americano lives up to it. I don't see how it couldn't, really.
No, it was a solid mid-card match. Like,
it was just a legend putting a new guy over. Not necessarily a new guy, but you know.
It's like Ray's been doing very consistent, good matches. Like, they're not great, but they're like entertaining enough.
Yeah, he knows when to turn it on for WrestleMania. It's still like, out of a lot of people, when Rey Mysterio gets in a ring, I believe him and his shit more than half of the wrestlers these days.
Dude, yeah.
It's sad, and it looks like you can clearly see him being lazy sometimes, but I can't fault him for it. He's like pushing, 60 or 50?
Yeah, man. He's so old now.
But he's still, like...
In great shape.
Yeah, he's in great shape, and he earns that Hall of Fame ring every single week. Coming up next, we had Logan Paul and AJ Styles. I don't know, it was just a promo off, just cursing each other out. I'm excited for this match just because I think Logan Paul's just a heat magnet. Look at his face. I want to slap him right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's just his natural state.
Yeah.
Though. And then fucking Karrion coming in from behind.
Oh!
Yeah,
I forgot.
Yeah.
It was Karrion Kross versus AJ Styles, and they were saying on commentary how Karrion Kross went to AJ Styles' ring gear maker and got his own pair of tights made in the AJ Styles ways. Yeah, cool, but I don't know. It's like WWE does not know what to do with Karrion, so I'm not super duper excited.
I do agree.
And then Logan hits him with the loaded, like he's got the robotic hand. Well, because he had like a metal plate inserted or whatever, so like he hits him with a knockout punch.
Yeah.
And then he does some like flip up
move.
It's so that when they put the face there, it's a flatliner, but then he does like a backflip. And, like, it's just everything Logan Paul does is athletic as hell, and AJ Styles, thankfully, at least in the ring, still has it. I've never been super swayed by his conversational skills.
No.
But, then we had the Finn Balor versus Penta match that ended with, or towards the end of the match, Braun Breaker came out and gave Carlito PTSD vibes of his own fucking funeral. So he sees Braun Breaker coming from the entranceway and dips into the ring to get away. And Braun Breaker just hits Finn, gets everybody disqualified, and then proceeds to assault everyone in the ring in Braun Breaker style.
Dude, but like, Dom and his gangly ass audacity. Like, this man has no inch of muscle in them legs, and then Braun is half-ass selling it. Cause,
he getting beat up. You gotta describe what he's doing to him. He's trying to beat down Braun Breaker, but he was selling everything for Carlito, but for Dom, it was like a string bean was hitting him.
Yeah.
And then he speared Carlito through Dom's body.
That match is going to be fun to watch.
I think so. And I think, I'm calling it right now on stream, Dominic Mysterio's new Intercontinental Champion.
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
Braun, all the way. Dom can't, like, there's no believable way that he's going to win.
He hits Finn in the balls or something. and pins him with a roll-up.
Oh my god.
While Carlito takes care of, while Braun Breaker gets distracted with Carlito, and Liv Morgan pulls, like, Penta's tights or something to, like, keep him out of the ring.
Dude.
Mark my words. Mark my words.
No.
I hope so. I really hope so.
We would have, like, no, there's no way that you're going to predict it play-by-play like that. Like,
probably not, but who cares? Hopefully it's fun. And then we had Jey Uso. Jey Uso on the mic is terrible. Just
God,
awful.
He's got the crowd. That's why they push him, is because he's got the crowd and he's got the music. He's got the
they
stupid,
love his entrance.
Like, yeah.
They love his music.
And that's fine. That's
they love
great
to say yeet because it's a funny word.
Yeah, I do too. Me too. But, like, I don't believe that he could be Gunther.
I don't believe that he's not scared anymore. And his whole promo is about not being scared of Gunther anymore. He says it with fear in his eyes.
His fucking voice cracking during the promo kills me every time. Every time his voice raises a few octaves, and it's like, Jay, how do you want people to believe you?
I'm not scared of you no more. Like, yes, you are, Jay.
You ain't goofy, bud.
It's okay if, like, you are scared, but you could say, I can be scared, but I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting for, like, the honor of my brother. You beat the shit out of my brother. I don't care if I'm scared. I'm going to kick your ass. But, no, they want him to be big and tough, and I've never got that. They tried doing, like, a mini version of it when he was going against Roman, when he first became the main event Uso thing.
Yeah.
And no, he shouldn't have tried to be, like, out-tough Roman, because it doesn't make sense. He's a foot shorter than him, just like Gunther.
I just don't believe him. And he doesn't do a good job of trying to make you believe him.
No, not really.
But he goes on a very long time.
He does.
About absolutely nothing. And then we have to do his music all over again. And they spend way too long on that again. Like, they spend too much time on these small things, and it's like...
And I get they have 3 hours to kill. Okay, fine. But still, like, can we just fit more guys that we want to see in instead of just drawing out guys that are already cemented? Like, yeah, he's related to The Rock. Of course he's winning the WrestleMania. Can we fucking move on, please?
Right.
And then when we finally do move on, it's the Seth Rollins calling out Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns thing, and Seth Rollins looks like a weird biker, and Roman turns and punches Rollins, throws him out of the ring, and then Paul is rubbing his little fly hands together, saying good, 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 and Roman pie faces him. And, like, the whole arena's shocked. And then CM Punk comes out, as one does. I think he eats a stomp. And then Rollins hits Roman with a shield chair, I believe Michael Cole called it.
Yeah.
I don't know
why.
As
if that's going to become a new move.
Yeah.
It's just going to... and then you get a stomp between Punk and Reigns. And they both sell him like they're dead.
Oh, yeah, Rollins stomp. Yeah, they've been doing that lately. Honestly, out of a match, anytime any one of the three in the triple threat hit their finisher, it's like death. And we end with Rollins in iconic fashion holding a chair above Roman's corpse like usual.
And Paul Heyman doing the Pikachu face.
yeah, the horrified Pikachu. Alright, and that was Raw. So, like, I mean, I'm obviously looking forward to Roman and Punk and Rollins. I wish it wasn't a triple threat. I really think it'd be better if it was just any one of those guys versus any one of those guys. I hope Gunther wins. If so, then I'm looking forward to watching that match.
Yeah, Gunther is definitely winning, I think. I don't know, Raw just felt a little mid for me. There were moments that were great, but for me, I was just a little like, okay, this is more wrestling.
I agree. Unfortunately, there's so much wrestling throughout the week that it's hard not to feel that way. But even so, like, yeah, it didn't feel... And maybe it's just them being a little lazy and like, well, you guys already bought the tickets. What are you going to cancel them? Like,
right.
So that mentality kind of sucks, but you never know.
Yeah.
All right, we move on to NXT. NXT on Tuesday.
Yeah, and we start out with the Ethan Page and
basically everybody for the number one contendership.
yeah,
And Ethan Page comes out victorious, pinning Lexis King.
yeah, that was a good match. That was a great match.
It was a good match. It was kind of not redundant, but unnecessary after last week's. Like, it seems like they had a match to justify a run-in last week, as opposed. But whatever. It was a good match. And Ethan Page versus Ricky Saints now.
Sorry, Saints.
I'm sure is going to be amazing. At least their rivalry.
Dude, I am the most excited for that match. Like, I'm just so happy to see Ricky just back in the spotlight. Like,
where he belongs.
Yeah, and ever since Ethan came back, he has been great.
Yeah, honestly.
I love the branding and everything about him.
And then Ricky, towards the end of Ethan Page's promo, comes in and, well, of course it's the end. Ricky Saints delivers a spear off camera that looked awesome. Like, I don't know, Ethan Page's facials, like, just sell me every time. You talk when I drink. If you can't tell, we're still getting into the hang of things.
Yeah.
It's called filling dead air when your partner takes a drink on the air.
Okay, transitioning to a match that we skipped earlier when we initially watched it. It was like Lola Vias and Tatum Paxley, I guess.
Here's the problem. I don't hate the NXT women's division. Like, I don't hate any... Like, I don't have anything against women's wrestling like Jim Cornette or anything.
Okay.
But I care so little about these women. I don't even know... The one you called Tatum Paxley, I didn't even know who that was.
Oh, my God. Oh, but they were just only a blimp because...
Exactly. Like, the match lasted for like 5 minutes, and Lola won because...
Of course she does.
Exactly. Like,
incredible.
She's got the Roxanne thing. They just give shit to her.
Well, she looks incredible, and she looks like she actually beats the shit out of people.
And
on
she's
top
okay.
Of it, yeah, and she uses the sexy factor, which they like doing.
True. And again...
NXT is very divas leaning in their women's right now.
And I can't be super down on them for it, but, like, I don't know. It doesn't impress me terribly. Anyway, moving on to the tag team gauntlet for the number one contendership. That was a whole bunch of tag teams. Hank and Tank, the Grand Theft Auto guys. I don't remember their names.
Wes Lee somewhere.
The guys managed by Wes Lee.
Honestly, I didn't really enjoy this one too much, just because there was just too many people. It was towards the end where I think I actually started getting interested.
Yeah, honestly, Hank and Tank are not terrible. I get that they started kind of as a comedy thing, but they've grown into their own a little bit. I don't know how far I'd send them, but in the gauntlet match here, I'll give it to them. They're kind of the most well put together, so I'm not mad that they won in the end. It was a good finish in the end. Like they do tag team stuff. One partner holds one guy while the other partner pins the other one.
Right.
Good, simple stuff.
They give me a nostalgic feel of Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, but like a Heavy Machinery that actually was pretty decent, or at least could both wrestle.
Right.
No offense to Otis and Tucky, but Tucky, where you at, bro?
Yeah, we miss Tucky.
And spoiler, just in fairness, while we were waiting for my internet to update, or my software to update for this stream, we did watch the Hank and Tank versus Fraxium match, which was incredible.
Yeah,
so please go watch that. If you watch nothing else, watch NXT Stand and Deliver WrestleMania weekend, and watch Hank and Tank versus Fraxium.
It's phenomenal. I was so enthralled with that.
Yeah, and I didn't care. I don't really care about either of those tag teams, but holy crap, they put on such a great show. I think
can't wait to go over that one.
Huh?
So I can't wait to go over that one later.
We'll see. We might get our technical friend in on that one, because I'm sure he'll have lots to compare it to.
Get a professional.
Exactly. We'll see. We got to elude it. We've got the Aleister Black return incoming. He's just smoke with a date right now. And then, after the tag team gauntlet, we moved on to the parking lot brawl, beatdown, whatever, between not Retribution and the D'Angelo family. I don't remember what their name is.
I don't.
The guys with the face mask, the four guys that invade NXT now. Again, not Retribution.
See, we play 2K25.
We call them mutants.
Clearly, but that's NXT Mutiny to us.
Yeah, if you know, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Punk to actually do that storyline in
Please.
real life. But the beatdown was pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of just beating people to a location and then walking to another location. But I mean, these guys kicked the crap out of security throughout the thing, put random people through seemingly random tables, threw a guy through a wall that led, get this folks, to an office and not just to the other side of a hallway for no reason. Like it was a real wall. So, I mean, they must have had zoning clearance, but it looked cool. And then security drags them out. It looked cool. And I don't exactly know the purpose of this because it seemed like these mutiny guys were trying to take over the brand, but now they're just fucking with the D'Angelo family, nobody else.
Yeah, it's got to be some ploy to get at whatever titles that the Angelo family has, but like they have not introduced any of these people yet, or
not properly, and it just confuses me. And and that just makes me instantly not care, but now I have to watch it because somehow there's a fire extinguisher involved. Yeah, there's a fire extinguisher that worked for half a second to break everybody up. And they fought, if you notice, they fought in a circle. They started here, went in that door, and ended right back out here. And then they beat the shit out of a car. Stacks hit a guy with a real cinder block. And then threw it at another guy who dodged it, and then it hit the car and dented the crap out of the quarter panel of the car.
Yeah, that was really cool.
They power bomb, what's his name, the consigliere, on the hood of the car. He's dead.
Man.
I hope you guys got the extended coverage on the fucking insurance package. Tony drives his car 15 feet very quickly.
Yeah, he just beats the shit out of him with a crowbar. Bro, he just one-hit kills these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's swinging it
the Don just came over. And the cops. And Tony suddenly not caring about the cops. Did Tony call the cops to, help him?
I think it's supposed to imply that, he cares more about getting them out or getting them to safety than the cops or whatever. So I think it's supposed to be a wholesome moment. I don't know. We'll see in the future.
We'll see, because Stacks be making some weird looks at Tony.
I agree, but who knows?
And then we move on and find out that Thea's here.
Yeah, Thea Hale came back to give Andre Chase her, I guess, blessing, her permission to
move on.
Yeah, to move on from the failures of Chase University and bring on some new pupils and try and make NXT wrestling a better place. Personally, I love Chase U. I don't really know why they did this whole sulking hobo gimmick, and I don't know why Thea Hale has to have somebody talking at the beginning of her entrance that says, "I'm a grown-ass woman." Yeah, I know. Go prove it. Don't tell me that. I hate her entrance, but I'm so excited to see her again.
That was probably the worst part about her gimmick in Chase U, is that everyone treated her like child, and she had to be like, "Oh, I'm grown," kind of thing. And it's I personally didn't care about those aspects, but I'm also the same size as her, if not smaller, so
But look who they're pushing. Roxanne Perez. Thea Hale is, if not the exact same height, an inch shorter. Roxanne's a joke and she can't wrestle. At least Thea Hale can wrestle.
Thea is phenomenal in the ring, and she proves it by beating the crap out of...
I won't say she's phenomenal, but she's really good, and she seems to be teachable. Every time I see her, she seems to not make the same mistakes over and over again, like so many people go through whole careers making.
Her submission hold looks
It looked kind of gnarly.
She makes it look gnarly.
I can't tell if I loved the finish or hated it, but I want to see more. And I'm sure we will, because I believe she's... this match, qualified her for the ladder match for the championship?
I do believe so, yes.
So, yeah, we'll see at Stand and Deliver. And then after the ladder match spot, there was the Obafemi talk-off with Javon Evans and Trick Williams.
Yeah, I think
Bouncy boy.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of him.
I just don't see the luster that everyone else does.
I see the way he moves in the ring, and and it is bouncy. I'll give him that. It's a good name. It's a good gimmick. But other than that, he's not really believable. He's standing next to Obafemi and Trick Williams, and they look like monsters dressed in people clothes.
The Midwest has 1,000 guys like Javon Evans.
They do.
He doesn't seem special.
From the Midwest.
Oof.
But and then the two big guys start a slugfest and treat Javon like Io Sky on the main roster. Which kind of annoys me about this entire WrestleMania build is there's so many feuds and shit that are just copy and paste from Raw to SmackDown or from NXT to Raw.
Right.
So that's been annoying.
It's like they're all trying to reference each other, and it's like, why can't we just
have
do our own thing?
Yeah, personality maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, it's like, I understand that we're having a hard time finding creative ideas, but let's get creative.
But anyway, at the end of NXT, we end with Javon Evans holding the title high, so I am very certain he's not going to win. My money is on Obi. On Obafemi, and maybe if we're lucky, Trick going to the main roster.
Dude, yeah, honestly, at this point, Trick is done cooking in NXT. I think he's ready for the main roster, and it'll give Carmelo something to do in the main roster too. He can either
you can't say that because let's get to SmackDown before we start talking about Melo.
Well, okay, I'll calm down.
For once, they're actually doing something with him.
Yeah, I'll calm down about all that. But either way, I think Trick is ready for the main roster. I think the people would love him. Plus,
I do too.
Plus, like he's got the good crowd chant behind him. He's got good music.
He's got the good crowd. He does though.
You know, getting a good crowd like.
We were there in Chicago, like when they debuted on the CW. Like he's just so over. The crowd is so genuinely like they're not just chanting to chant; they're like chanting it to Goku give him energy. Like
it's like it almost gives me the same vibes as like when the Hurt Syndicate come out and people are just screaming, "We hurt people!"
Yes,
because they
except one man.
Yeah, it's like it gives me that but one man, and it's glorious.
Anyway, I can't wait to see. Honestly, even Javon, I can't wait to see what they do through their careers because I think the only direction they have to go is up, all of them.
Oh yeah.
But we shall see more at NXT Takeover, NXT Stand and Deliver, and same shit. It's not like calling WWE AEW or something. That's an insult. Anyway, Wednesday we had the AEW. On AEW Dynamite, we started the show with Mercedes Monet versus Ember Moon. I refuse to watch this match because Mercedes Monet is the worst women's wrestler in the world. Like, she has been for a long time. I genuinely I don't get people who like her. There's some bad wrestlers that is like, oh man, you gotta watch this, they're so bad.
Yeah.
She's not like that.
No,
she kills the charisma and the energy in the room.
I don't. If you like her, I want to know why. But like, I can't understand it either. And this is as someone who likes watching women's wrestling.
I love Sasha Banks.
Yeah, I love Sasha.
Back in the day, I fucking love Sasha Banks.
Man, I miss Sasha Banks, but I don't like Mercedes Moné.
No, it's crazy to give anything in WWE that much credit, but like, oh my god, WWE was the entire gimmick of Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks, I guess. And then after the 3 Sasha seconds. Won, of course, we moved on to a random Boston Bruins hockey player. I'm still not really sure why. And then we got it was a victory from Adam Page was standing in the ring to face a mystery opponent that turned out to be Josh Alexander, formerly of TNA Wrestling.
Yeah, and everybody was super excited about it, and I was very confused because I don't know who that is, and I don't like technical wrestling.
It's true. All of these things are true.
And so this match was kind of boring for me.
I was pretty indifferent to him. I'm pretty indifferent to the match. The finish was god-awful. Oh my god, it was a roll-up. I'm
Dude,
sick
how
of roll-ups
much
and pass-out
I
finishes.
stand roll-ups. If you do it cleverly, fine, but I can't stand it when you do a roll-up to a finish because it's just like
to do it.
It's like edging in a way.
Yeah, but like in the worst way. And it's not like, it's like disgusting heat. It's like not heat that makes me mad, that makes me want to watch next week to see what happens. No, it's like, oh, fuck you. I'm done. I'm finished. Like, I don't care anymore.
Like, what's the point?
And then Don Callis comes up to Josh Alexander, who just wrestled a really straight-laced wrestler match and turns him heel in 2 seconds. I guess Don Callis has another representative. That's not Will Hobbs. Dropped the ball with that one, buddy.
Booking is confusing for me.
And I'm sure everybody says they could do it better than the guy on TV. But, like, in this case, holy fuck, could we? Could anybody? Like, it's not ego. That's just 98% of human beings who have watched wrestling for more than 1 year could probably book better than anything I've seen in AEW for the past 2 years.
Really, though. So then we move on to a better segment of MJF.
Because the people inside of it.
MJF and the Hurt Syndicate are now discussing his initiation.
And Max does the, I'm sure, gross, disgusting, Me Too movement hating thing of bringing out a bunch of hookers for the Hurt business.
Escorts. We use PC language now.
I apologize. Women who do things for money. They're great. We love them. And I completely support sex work, just not with my credit card. Anyway, even with all that and the watch off his wrist, the Hurt business still gave him a thumbs down for now. ... You know? ... So after Bobby took bitches to the back, Will Ospreay came out to face, God, I forgot who was it. It was Kevin Knight last week, I think. And like, that name means nothing to you. Same here.
Oh yeah, it was Takeshita.
Oh yeah, Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. Konosuke Takeshita, which wasn't a good match. They always have a good match, but I'm
just tired of them having this match.
Exactly, it's the same match for the most part every time, and there's 37 finishers, or at least things that could be a finisher, and nobody stays down for it.
Way too long.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, like, lately,
Ospreay went...
not yet. To be fair, we're watching the...
That's fair.
We're watching the replay because we don't remember how it finishes. But
I've watched too many of these. I don't know who wins anymore because I've just seen them all.
And Ospreay delivers I believe he calls it the Stormbreaker, which is a cool-looking move, but just a little ridiculous to a guy as big as Takeshita.
Right.
But whatever. Regardless, Ospreay wins and proceeds on in the whatever the heck tournament they're doing. And that leads us to the dreary mile of the Death Riders featuring Marina Shafir. Yucky, disgusting, icky. They're waiting in the ring. The Ops featuring Samoa Joe and Shibata come out. And because Hook puked in the ring due to a concussion last week, the night they win the championships, he's not here. But instead, they bring out Powerhouse Hobbs, who has been an absolute footnote in the history of AEW. Just treated like an absolute throwaway. But here he is to be the deciding factor randomly on a championship team. Does this make sense to anyone else?
No, it doesn't, because they didn't think about anything and they didn't plan any backups just in case.
No, they never seem to, and it's like, I don't know. I know calling audibles is hard sometimes, or even disappointing sometimes, and I'm pretty sure that's why Jon Moxley hasn't lost his championship yet, because Tony Khan is still just waiting for Darby Allin. Whatever. I digress. Taz rip. So anyway, the match goes on, and the Death Riders play dirty like usual. Jon Moxley gets the ref distracted, and Willow grabs the chair that he picked up to whack somebody with away, and that starts a sequence of events where everybody hits everybody with their finisher, one after another, after another, after another, until everybody's down, and then none other than the young fucks themselves come out. Matt and Nick Jackson, who immediately both run into Swerve's boot because they like the taste of it, and then Swerve gives him a double Swerve stomp and falls on his ass. And there's so many euphemisms to AEW in here that it's kind of uncanny. And then Samoa Joe's big ass chokes out Jon Moxley in the middle of the ring for the Trios Championships. And everybody was praising this match, and everybody was praising how the match, or how the show ended. And I don't, who cares about the Trios Championship?
I don't even think the Trios Championship should be a thing, because
No!
What the fuck even? Why do we need a faction belt? It's just too much.
I'm not inherently against having a Trios Championship, but there's not enough Trios teams to warrant it. There's only 3, and we get random hodgepodges called the Ops thrown together, and it's just, who cares about...
This is also a company that can't even get their singles and tag team divisions in their correct ducks in order to profits. What makes you think that a trios belt is even going to help? It's just adding more on your plate that you don't need.
Apparently, at the All In Texas show that's coming up, the Eddie Kingston belt what's it called? Whichever one Rainmaker had for a while or has right now. Okay. And the one that Adam Cole has. Okay. I believe those two belts are becoming one. Or there's 2 belts that are getting merged, but it's too little, too late, man. You have 37 belts and nobody cares. Alright, so that's the end of Dynamite, but then I believe it was filmed immediately afterwards in the same building, but Collision took place on Thursday this week because Saturday would be WrestleMania and they'd be insane to commit suicide on broadcast television. Really? So they aired Collision on Thursday, which immediately started with Marina Shafir hitting just production members, or who's that?
It's Chris Statlander.
Thank you. Chris Statlander with I don't know what she calls it, just a fireman's carry throw thingy, and then threatening production members. Claudio grabs a camera guy's camera and shatters it. The Death Riders throw a hissy fit over losing the Trios Championship.
Yeah, that's all it is a hissy fit. John makes another fucking just speech that goes on for far too long, yet again.
As he does.
And talks about absolutely nothing, and then challenges Samoa Joe.
He's challenging Swerve, or basically daring Swerve, or I don't know what the heck, and also calling out Samoa Joe, who beat him 20 minutes ago in real life. It's all sloppy and dumb. But that leads. Speaking of sloppy and dumb, next up is Lance Archer versus Heath. What's his name?
Kevin Knight.
Kevin Knight. Whatever.
Kevin Knight.
I let me know if his name matters in 6 months. Or if he's with Axiom Andretti in the backstage drinking water quickly, because I don't know. He's fine, but who cares? They brought him out like a superstar and then forgot immediately. It's just like I did about that match.
Yeah.
Any words about that match before we move on to Tony Schiavone reading?
No, Schiavone reading a letter from Dax and Cash is just ridiculous. Why didn't they just record this shit?
Probably because, probably to be a dick. I don't know. I love FTR as heels. They're amazing. But, yeah, Tony Schiavone...
The direction they're going in is weird.
We'll see. I'm still not out totally. But Tony Schiavone I think should retire. I dislike him very much. I don't think... honestly, the last couple weeks of him on TV has been the best, because he's just, I think, telling the truth, where I think he's just talking about what he's seeing and not necessarily who he's talking about. He's just this is disgusting, this is appalling, I hate what I'm looking at right now.
Well, JR was doing that shit towards the end, too.
That was the best JR at AEW.
Yeah, no, that shit was great. I love it.
But anyways, Tony Schiavone reads a letter from FTR, just mockingly apologizing for their action at the pay-per-view at Dynasty when they turned on Edge. I mean, Adam Copeland. Just the fact that they labeled him Cope, because that's what their fans have to do, is hilarious to me.
It's probably because they got in trouble about some things, so they had to go in a different direction.
Well, yeah, they couldn't call him Edge, and that's fine. And Adam Copeland is a real long name, but again, as with most things AEW, I digress.
AEW is where you go to die.
Yeah. Speaking of, the losers of last night's show, Konosuke Takeshita and Josh Alexander, have a match, I think, again in the tournament bracket, whatever the hell. I could be wrong.
Ishii. Nope.
Yeah, it's Ishii and oh gosh. Oh right, because he see, folks, we just talked about it, and we've already forgotten that Josh Alexander joined the Don Callis family, and so they're in a tag team against Rocky Romero and Ishii. And Rocky Romero turns heel against Ishii and just kind of leaves him to die with the weakest looking powerbomb I've ever seen Josh Alexander deliver, ever. Ishii says what the hell to Rocky Romero, to then be turned down some more and beat up a little bit and held in place while Trent Beretta comes up with a big fucking wrench and just hits Ishii in the back of the head. Look at the size of this thing. It's like...
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's the size of his head.
Huge.
And then, arguably the most entertaining part of the show, Harley Cameron, and Puppet Monet. She's amazing, and she doesn't belong here.
Yeah, she needs to be doing something else and not being a
wrestler.
Yeah, I agree. Because she's got talent, just not here.
Yeah, not in the ring. However, then she, later, I believe they have a match, and it's just the funniest spot of the night. But either way, while we wait for that, it's going to be Claudio Castagnoli versus Adam Cole, I think, for the championship, but it doesn't matter.
And then we do all the same moves, because if you've seen one Claudio match, you've seen them all, guys, so moving on.
And to be honest, Adam Cole's kind of the same way. They're almost always the same. He gives Panama Sunrises to people 4 times his size with 0 momentum, and then wins with a roll-up, because why not another championship title win with a roll-up, you know?
And then...
Move on to more disappointment with Nick Wayne versus...
who was that,
Kalisto? Commander, the Ring of Honor something champion. And they are going to do a very competitive match for, the first 3... introductory years of a young wrestler's career. Too bad one of them's been in the business for 15 years. And Nick Wayne's going to win. He's now the youngest champion ever in AEW history. And I don't get it. I don't get why they gave it to him.
I didn't enjoy that match at all. I think that was about when I started falling asleep.
Yes, I think so, because we did not watch this last couple segments.
No,
especially not for Collision.
I am kind of disappointed. I missed this next segment of Tony just being carried around. Yeah,
so Tony Storm comes to the ring with her music playing, carried to the ring by Luther, who delivers her face to Nigel McGuinness and Tony Schiavone, who she kisses on the lips for some fucking reason.
Just a funny... I think this was more for crowd entertainment.
I'm sure, but look at Tony. He was so happy. Yeah, he was more into that than anybody in that room.
That was all for him. And then we start coming up on
the tag team match that we talked about earlier: Mercedes Moné and Harley Cameron versus Julia
Hart and Chris Statlander.
Thank you.
Which is a weird tag team mix-up, and I don't understand where they came to this conclusion.
Yeah, Aleister Black left and Julia got left behind.
Yeah, no lie. Everyone got left behind. And so Harley Cameron does what she does, and she looks cute, and on top of it, she's funny during the fucking match. Yeah, she tags in her puppet and then throws it at Chris Statlander, only for Chris Statlander to, catch it, and then the emote, what the fuck? Yeah. And throw it back. throw it away only for her to turn around, get distracted, and then Harley Cameron try and
capitalize on it.
Capitalize on it, and then get nowhere.
Nope, and then, I believe Mercedes comes in to try and help save the spot, and they end up doing a double, reversal suplex spot where Chris Statlander suplexes both Harley and Mercedes, and when she does it with a roll-through, when Chris rolls through it, she, lands on Harley and Mercedes' bodies with both her knees, and, while everybody's holding their heads in place, so they can't go anywhere. It's like a human fruit roll-up, just kneeing each other in the ribs eternally, until they finally, all fight up to their feet, definitely not helping each other, by the way, and then do another suplex, with another roll-through that they struggled through, ending with, I believe, ending with, Harley, dying, perhaps?
I believe so. I believe Chris Statlander.
Yeah, what's happening on the ropes?
Pin.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Mercedes gets
some kind of submission
Monet
on
into
Mercedes Monet got Julia Hart
Yeah.
on the ropes with some kind of weird submission that wouldn't be legal anyway because she's doing it on the ropes. So Chris Statlander just power bombs Harley Cameron and wins while she's just okay, whatever. And then Toni Storm stares at her menacingly.
With a nice, cute little golf clap.
Yeah, golf clap. Just I have to. That's the whole show. Was it as bad as your typical Collision? No, that's hard to beat. Was it good? No, not really. Was it good competition to when your biggest competitor in the world is putting on their biggest show of the year? Not really, my opinion. But unless you have any finishing thoughts, can we move on to SmackDown?
No, AEW is a dumpster fire that I
As
wish
per usual.
does not
Heavy sigh. Moving on to Seth Rollins in a fruity
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Moving on to SmackDown with Seth Rollins doing the CM Punk cross-legged sit-down in the middle of the ring. He throws off the microphone, the WWE logo to relate or to take a shot at Punk, whatever, what have you. And he just cuts. It's a good promo. All three of them can talk. Roman is probably the weakest talker, but it doesn't matter because he's Roman Reigns and super over.
Yeah.
So it's a good promo, but they have 3 hours to kill, and I think they're just kind of on autopilot till WrestleMania. This promo was kind of boring.
Rollins' suit wasn't ridiculous today. It was ridiculous in that it was atrocious to your eyes.
Yeah.
It's got roses, gold roses, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't his usual attire where he dresses in Becky's clothes.
Right. No, the suit actually looked decent. And I liked his chain, to be fair.
Yeah, that chain was so cool. I like his, so he's got,
his logo.
His logo, I've been seeing a lot of merch and everything where his logo's just kind of got that hollow rainbow thing going on.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, it looks cool. Some decisions he makes fashion-wise isn't the worst, but
no.
There's a lot that aren't great.
Yeah.
So after that, the talking segment, we move on to the Andre the Giant Battle Royal annual thing that they do, which was actually pretty decent.
Honestly...
I thought I knew which way it was going, and then it took a hard left turn and surprised me, or not surprised me, but delighted me till the end.
Yeah, it was a really great match. Honestly, I think these two would have a very nice feud going on if they kept them together.
The Battle Royal came down to Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, which Andrade they haven't been doing anything with, and Carmelo they've just been kind of treating like a chump. And then Carmelo Hayes wins the Battle Royal after
Just
The Miz sacrificed himself for him. And I really can't wait to see what they do with this because Carmelo's amazing. And I hope he gets his due. And funny, we're talking about the Andre the Giant match, and Eddie Guerrero just won our
Hell yeah.
Our Battle Royal. That's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, Eddie. So we'll do Eddie versus Diamond Dallas Page because he's the guy who won the Battle Royal during our test stream.
Hell yeah, let's go.
So SmackDown, while we wait for Eddie to finish emoting, SmackDown we had the women's segment where Rhea, Io and Bianca are in the ring for the 37th time, just so Rhea and Bianca could talk over Io.
Yeah, I just feel like this is getting redundant at this point, which is why I'm glad this is the last night for them to be doing this before their big match, because, like, Io's been disrespected day in and day out for so long. It's just, like, I really do think there's a retention happening. Like, there's just too much going on already.
Io, you mean?
Yeah.
I would have to agree with you. Honestly, I don't think... I think Rhea and Bianca are gonna, like, storyline-wise, get in each other's way.
Yeah, and, like, we all know Jade and Naomi interfere in this, in a lot of the Bianca and Rhea stuff, and, like, it's getting to the point where they've attacked Rhea now.
Who? I apologize, I'm finding Eddie Guerrero.
Through this promo that they do on SmackDown, like, Jade shows up.
And gets in the way. And
gets in the way.
Yeah, and Rhea will, like, we've seen her just attack with reckless abandon because, like, screw you guys, I'm getting my pound of flesh, which is good, because, like, it's a good character. Most things about Rhea are pretty damn good. Alright, boys, let's keep us going through the end of the SmackDown. Anyway, during the talking segment, they get interrupted by Bianca, and then, I apologize, Naomi interrupts to berate Bianca.
Right.
And then, eventually, as usual, Jade shows up and attacks, and ends up pushing, or was it Naomi pushes Jade into Rhea and Bianca?
I think
so. Everybody's got a problem with everybody again.
Yeah, and... So, like, Bianca and Rhea go off to fight while Jade and Naomi fight. And Io, and, like, then all the security and everyone come down, and Io, just, like, does her thing and jumps on everyone.
Yeah, she gets, just like we were talking about Javon Evans earlier, just like, he gets pie-faced, he gets thrown to the side, they don't care. I'm pretty sure I chose the wrong Eddie Guerrero, so sorry, but whatever. Still Eddie Guerrero, he's great no matter what year he's from. Io Sky just seems to be an afterthought, and she just seems to win by convenience. And I understand that's like, hey, it's the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, and, like, you guys let your stupid petty squabbles get the best of you, and, like, this is on you. You fucked up. But I also don't love that Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair are tied up in it, because, like, they're two of the better wrestlers that they have on their whole run. Not even just the women's division, just in general. Rhea Ripley's one of the best wrestlers fucking alive.
She is, and she
looks kind of like an idiot sometimes.
They do make her out to be one sometimes, but, like, at this point, it's just, like, who else, like, what else are they gonna do with her? Because she's gotten to this level that, like, it seems like no one else is able to achieve.
I do agree with that, and I'm sure when Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair are done with their thing, then...
I sure hope so.
I hope they get at least one go-around with each other, because they're all amazing. Even Charlotte Flair, who's arguably not that great right now, is still, like, there's still some gas left in that tank. We gotta find it, but it's there somewhere.
Yeah, Io does her little flip onto security, Bianca.
Security comes out to break up the fight.
Yeah, and then she points to the sign, like, of course she does, because everyone does.
Yeah, everybody's been, for the past 2 weeks, everybody's been, if not looking directly at the sign longingly, they've been pointing directly at the WrestleMania sign, just as if Vince was still in the office with the T-Rex head. It's, whatever, I guess, fine. But then after Io points at the sign for a while, we go to the tag team match between the Street Profits and... Oh, God,
Who was it again?
I forget. The Motor City Machine Guns?
Oh, yeah, the Goblins.
Yeah, the Goblins. The Motor City Machine Guns, which... and then the tag team match gets interrupted by DIY, who costs them their title opportunity, who then steal the tag team titles, run to the back, who they're caught by Nick Aldis. Really good knee by Ciampa. Ciampa's the best out of all these guys.
Honestly, I think I might have just saw that he shaved his beard.
Oh, no way. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
No, if it was real. I see a lot of shit.
We shall see.
That is not real.
So you heard it here first, folks. KTR.
Ciampa shaved his beard.
Ciampa shaved his beard. Day one. But then after that segment, I think the Nick Aldis catching up comes a little later. Randy Orton comes out to the ring, and after the unfortunate news that Kevin Owens is actually hurt and needs actual neck surgery, which I believe he had, and it went well. So,
congrats.
Yeah, congrats.
Get well soon, bud.
Best wishes. That really sucks to find out that news and have to tell everybody a week before WrestleMania.
Dude, I would cry my eyes out. I'm so sorry. That shit sucks, but we're here for you.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure most wrestling fans, they wouldn't wish that on almost anyone in this business.
Rather get the help you need for your neck than spend 9+ years out because
Edge, his career ended too early and now he came back basically too late, and hopefully Kevin's back in about a year or so and has a long and fulfilling career. In the meantime, we got the Viper.
Yeah, we got Randy Orton cutting a promo because
basically challenging the world.
Yeah.
If you own a pair of wrestling boots, show up, Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium, WrestleMania Sunday. I will be there and I will RKO the fuck out of you.
He'll fight you, he'll fight his mom, he'll fight himself.
I'll fight you and anybody who looks like you.
He don't give a fuck. He'll fight someone. and a fight he's going to have at WrestleMania.
With, and I quote, the correct amount of baby oil spread on his skin.
The correct amount.
He's got a way with words, and he's never really been super duper great at promos. I mean, he's always been able to cut the Randy Orton promo.
Yeah.
I'm crazy and I'm a snake and RKO at the end.
That's
formula, it works, ain't broke, don't fix it, trips, you nailed it.
Yeah, but
lately, he's been cutting these, rah-rah, I'm Randy Orton speeches, and they're not bad.
It's great. I do enjoy listening to Randy talk. Occasionally, it's just sometimes, they do let promos go on too long.
Sometimes, absolutely. Again, I think that's unfortunate, an unfortunate casualty or cause and effect of SmackDown is 3 fucking hours now.
More matches.
I was excited about it when I thought it was only going to last for 3 weeks, and I was like, oh, cool, we're going to have 3 weeks of extravaganza. Now it's year 2096, and we're trying to lick underneath radiators in the desert for a drop of water. It's you wished for this, stupid.
Oh.
But it's not radiator water. It's a torrential downpour, but it's all undrinkable.
It's all undrinkable.
I forgot that I made this match a Extreme Rules match.
Did you?
So,
okay,
I've been watching Diamond Dallas Page beat the shit out of Eddie Guerrero
hell
with
yeah.
a Prime.
Okay, I was wondering why they were out of the ring for so long. I was are they not going to count?
No, the ref doesn't care, and apparently you can just grab a Prime bottle and squirt it in the other guy's face.
Oh my god, you can squirt the Prime bottle? I thought you could throw them. I knew you could pick up the big thing and just toss it at someone.
I knew you could do it with the big one, but no, apparently you could grab the handheld one, spray it in it, Diamond Dallas Page was doing it on the other side of the ring earlier, so that's cool.
That's awesome.
We're more interested in this match than Randy Orton's promo, just again because it's damage control. We get it, he's got to do it, but it's not. Honestly, I'm only going to be excited if what's his name, Malachi Black shows up. If he's the mystery opponent,
dude,
I'll be so excited.
I will scream my ass off if Malachi Black or Aleister Black comes back.
Whatever he calls himself. I don't care.
And is the one challenging Randy Orton. Because that would be one hell of a fucking debut.
And if barring that...
Or Rusev.
Or...
Rusev comes back.
That would be kind of cool, honestly. I mean, I'll take Bray Wyatt returning from the dead for revenge. That'd be... I'll sell my soul right now to make that happen.
In the middle of the ring.
Exactly.
Board.
That'd be long-term booking.
That'd be so funny.
I really bad taste, but
honestly, they could also do Uncle Howdy, but
they could
because there's nothing else that they're doing, and I don't know what
true.
else the fuck is gonna happen with them. Like,
Actually, that's true. We haven't
what the
seen...
fuck is going on with the Wyatt Six?
Yeah, we haven't seen the
Like,
Wyatt Six in months, and I'm sure there might be a reason. I just don't know what it is.
Alexa came back, and they started teasing it again with Alexa, and then it just ended. So, like, I'm confused.
I guess we'll see if there's a secret run in at WrestleMania or not. And then, anyway, whatever the heck the last segment we were talking about, that leads us to, I believe, the main event, which is the talking segment versus John Cena and Cody Rhodes. And they're great. They're just... John Cena's on fire. He is condescending. He is sure in his tone. He doesn't waver. He calls you an asshole because he knows you're an asshole, because he saw you being an asshole, and he's calling you out for being an asshole, and he's an asshole doing it. And Cody Rhodes is fired the fuck up, and he's like, and guess what, motherfucker? I can do this too. And it's just fun to watch them.
It was one of the most enjoyable segments of the show. I am just dazed by how just incredible John Cena is as a heel. Like, we all knew this. This is obvious.
Like
we all knew this.
Burning heel.
But it's like, it's so good to finally see it. And it's so great to see Cody also just cut back and roast the shit out of someone. He just goes off on fucking Cena.
Accurately. Just like John has been pretty accurate during this, like just calling out like mistakes of Cody's past or his insecurities that, like, yeah, Cody Rhodes has said, oh, you can talk about my stupid neck tattoo or my lisp and all that, like the easy ones, but John's called out some real ones that Cody's opened up about in the past. And like Cody, like in this promo, which I think is probably the best of the feud, he fires back on him shit that has obviously pissed John off throughout his career. The just making an ass out of himself in Hollywood because he has to try and fit in because they don't think he belongs there or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
And then he ends his promo with, you still can't wrestle. Fucking mic drop moment. And it probably would have been, but they had to get one last stinger in. And John Cena retorts with, you're an idiot, just like all these fans. I'm a heel. I don't have to wrestle to beat you. And he thumbs him in the eye and gets him up in the attitude adjustment, but he milks it too long, and it's the world champion, and Cody Rhodes reverses it and hits a crossroads. I don't know who's going to win.
I don't
calling
either,
John Cena because I just think they're going to go for a shocking finish, but I have no idea who's going to win.
I'm so excited for this match. It's not even fucking funny. Like, this is going to be such an incredible match. And if John Cena gets it, I don't know who's going to win, but if John Cena does get it, like, I don't know if I want that to happen, though.
John Cena, I don't know either, but I think for a short term, I think that could be really interesting. I think it could be really cool. I think there could be a lot of callbacks to old matches that John Cena won as the babyface, and now he's a heel and just squashing people, or he literally takes the belt and goes home, and now everybody's got to fight fight over the World Heavyweight Championship. There's possibilities.
Dude, that'd be crazy. Like, who? Yeah.
Or he could spray a big black X on it and call himself the last real world champion.
Oh my god, don't do that.
I'm pretty sure legally he could.
I mean, probably, but someone else has already done it.
True, and as soon as he does it, I expect Punk's music to hit and him to, like, kick Cena in the balls.
Dude,
and I'd be so excited. But anyway, that's our recap, everybody. We went on a little bit long, and thank you so much for sticking with us. And the ultimate Royal Rumble champion is going to be Eddie Guerrero. We hope to see you this weekend at WrestleMania.
Bye.
Oh, I was talking to Eddie Guerrero.
Oh.
But thanks for... we've officially gone too long. My jokes are going over her head. Most things do. She's very short. But thank you guys so much for... if you even listen to a minute of this, We really do hope you have a great WrestleMania weekend, and we'll be sure to give you more updates after Stand and Deliver in WrestleMania.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.